Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Eagles Latest on Fan Arch. I'm your host, as always, Blake McQueary. We have some fun things to talk about today. Okay, some fun things, kind of. It depends on who you're asking. But without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. First is an update on Eagles guard Landon Dickerson. Dickerson returned to practice on Tuesday after a back injury had him sidelined. Now, we know he was nursing that knee injury that he suffered in the beginning of the preseason just a few weeks ago. Sirianni actually confirmed yesterday that he was sidelined on Monday because of a back injury, not his knee. He did not practice on Monday, but it was not because of that meniscus injury in his knee that he has been nursing, that he has been dealing with. It was actually because of his back. Now, he returned to practice on Tuesday, which is a very good sign. That means it was probably just some soreness or it was honestly probably soreness in his back, which is why he didn't practice on Monday. So it looks like Dickerson will be he probably will be confirmed to play on Thursday for the Dallas Cowboys for the Eagles season opener. Now, that means if Dickerson is going to play, which I would bet money that Dickerson is going to play, the starting front five looks like Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Tyler Steen, and Lane Johnson. I've talked about this front five a couple of times. This front five is the best unit, arguably in the NFL. Might be the best unit in the NFL. The Detroit Lions have a good, front five. There's a few other teams that have a good front five, but this probably might be the best front five in the NFL. Now, in terms of Dickerson and his status, I personally don't think Landon Dickerson should be playing. I know everybody, that might be a little shock. Everybody might want him to play. Of course, I mean, he is obviously a very, very good guard, a very key piece for this offensive line. But he is fresh off of a knee injury. And not just any knee injury, he is fresh off of a meniscus knee injury. And he is clearly very fresh off of something in his back that he has been dealing with. I don't think Landon Dickerson should play. I don't think the Eagles should be playing Landon Dickerson. I mean, if you know Landon Dickerson, you know his demeanor, you know his attitude. Landon Dickerson will play through anything. Landon Dickerson could have one leg and still want to go out there and play. That's just who he is. That's who he is. That he loves football. He loves this team. He's a tough son of a gun. That is who Landon Dickerson is. I get that. But I also know this is an in-division game against a rival. Obviously, the Dallas Cowboys. I know that. But this is not the same Dallas Cowboys team that everybody's used to. I'm not going to say this Dallas Cowboys team is going to be bad, because they're not going to be bad. They're not going to be terrible, but they are not going to be the 11-5 Dallas Cowboys, the 12-4 Dallas Cowboys that we've seen in recent years. It's going to be a repeat of last year, maybe probably a little bit better. Probably going to win some more games, but at the end of the day, this should be an easy win for the Eagles, whether Landon Dickerson is out there playing or not. I mean, worst case scenario, Landon, you sit him for one game, the season opener. You have Brett Toth in there. I think Brett Toth can handle it for one game, and you just let Dickerson rest just for a little extra time. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think that is anything that would hurt the Eagles' chances at winning this football game. Like I said, I think this is an easy win, whether he's playing or not. I think they should have enough confidence in Brett Toth to carry the load just for one game. And here's the thing. The Eagles have a tough stretch after this Week 1 matchup against the Cowboys. All right, you have to go into Arrowhead in Week 2 and play the Chiefs, a Super Bowl rematch. The following week, you come back to Philadelphia, but you have to host the Los Angeles Rams, who gave the Eagles a run for their money in that divisional matchup. It got very scary at the end of that matchup, that game. The Rams almost stole one in Lincoln Financial. We cannot forget that. And then the following week, week 4, you have to go to Tampa to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who Tampa Bay is a very good football team. I think they shouldn't shock a lot of people this year because it should be known that Tampa Bay is going to be good, but they are a very good football team. Very good football team. And then the following week, you come back to Philadelphia to host the Denver Broncos, who is also going to be a very good football team this year. Made the playoffs last year with the rookie quarterback in Bo Nix. Obviously, everybody knows that. Their defense is one of the best units in the NFL, without a doubt. I think resting Dickerson is the answer for the Eagles. I just think it makes sense. I think this is a win for the Eagles, whether he's playing or not. Those next 4 games, you are going to need Landon Dickerson. And there is no reason that you should be risking his status against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, we are going to move on to banner reveal. There was some revealing news about the banner reveal on Tuesday. Obviously, the Eagles are preparing for a Super Bowl banner reveal. Now, Coach Nick Sirianni said that the team will not be out on the field for the banner reveal. He said, quote, "I didn't know it was banner night. We won't be out for that." That is the mindset of the Philadelphia Eagles coming off of a Super Bowl championship season. They do not care that they won. They celebrated. They had their fun. They got that out the way. Now it is time to play some football. That is just their mindset. I want you to also go back to last episode, and I want you to listen to the Cam Jurgens quote that I said. He basically said that they don't care what is going on. He just knows they're playing the Dallas Cowboys, and they're ready to go kick some Dallas Cowboy butt. Basically what he said in that quote. Not verbatim, so don't think that's the quote, but go back and listen to it. They do not care. A.J. Brown, like among other players, like I just mentioned, Cam Jurgens, Saquon had something to say about it. Jordan Mailata had something to say about it. Also added to the statement of Sirianni. He said, quote, "We put that to bed long ago," referring to the Super Bowl. "We're just ready to go. That's over with." This team does not care, okay? And I love it. Absolutely love it. That should be the mindset heading into the next year after you win a Super Bowl, is you should not care. That is a long gone, okay? That is in the record books. It's in the history books. You got the ring. You got the trophy. You got the recognition. My apologies. That's long gone. Throw it out the window. Now, I think this has caused some mixed reactions on social media. Some people like it. Some people think it's stupid. Banner reveals are not for the team to be looking at. Like, you're just watching the banner go up into the rafters of something that you already know you did. Something you already have celebrated for the past couple of months. Like, I don't understand. For the people who are a little upset about it, I just don't understand why. I mean, I think a banner reveal is really more so for fans to see. Like, it's a cool thing to be like, oh yeah, hey, I was at that game watching the banner reveal go up. Like, I watched that banner go up into the rafters, blah blah blah, whatever the case may be. That players don't care. Like, they shouldn't care. This is a new season. All right, this is a new season, and if you want them to win another Super Bowl, they have to be focused on this season. They cannot be reminiscing about last year's Super Bowl win, blah, blah, blah. We did this, we did that. We stopped the Chiefs dynasty. We beat Patrick Mahomes, whatever the case may be. So that's my thing on it. Is like, I just think I love that they don't want to be out there for that. I love that Sirianni literally said, I didn't even know that there was a banner reveal going on. I didn't know it was banner night. That's what he said. I love that. That should be the mindset. You should not care about anything else but football and your opponent that is in front of you for that week. Cowboys wide receiver, though, CeeDee Lamb, he's going to be out there for it. I think all Cowboys personnel should be out there for that. His thoughts on if he will watch or not. Quote, I'm going to watch it. Shout out to them for that because I still got brothers over there. It's not anything personal, but it is something that I'm chasing. CeeDee Lamb also added to that. There was a follow-up question basically on why he is going to watch it. CeeDee Lamb straight up just said the word motivation. Motivation. So the Cowboys will be out there watching. The Eagles will not be. That is my thoughts. Like I said, I think it's for the fans. I think if you're upset about it, look on the bright side. This is a new season. I think you should be grateful that they don't want to watch it, because that means they are absolutely 100% tuned in and focused to this year and this year only. Now, moving on. This is a fun one. Tush Push. Tush Push got an endorsement deal. That's right. Tush Push is cashing in on some NIL money here, okay? The famous Tush Push is now an official sponsored play. I feel like, let me look this up real quick, because I feel like this might be the first sponsored play that we've seen, like, ever. I can't think of one. Sponsored NFL plays in history. I think if anyone knows of one, like, drop it in the comments, because that would be fun to see. I mean, this has to be, yeah. This is the first instance of a specific play receiving a corporate sponsor. The Philadelphia Eagles did it. The Tush Push, baby. The Eagles have partnered with Dude Wipes as the new official sponsor of the Tush Push. If you don't know what Dude Wipes are, kind of basically like baby wipes. Not going to go into too much detail. They're awesome. I have used them from experience. I don't use them all the time, but they are awesome. Now, this isn't a Dude Wipes endorsement, though. This is a Philadelphia Eagles Tush Push endorsement. Everyone should be laughing. Bottom line, everyone should be laughing about this. I think it's hilarious, because we have to remember that this was a play that people tried to get banned from the NFL. Which, mind you, the Tush Push is just a quarterback sneak. A good old classic quarterback sneak. It's not anything special. This is a play that tried to get banned. Actually, matter of fact, the Green Bay Packers tried to ban it, along with a few other franchises. They tried to go to NFL offices to get it banned from the league. They said it was a risk to injuring players, things like that. I mean, let's be for real here. They were just mad they couldn't stop it. I mean, that's all it is. We have to remember, it did almost get banned, though. There were a lot of people against this play. 22 votes were in favor of the ban. 10 were opposed. The league needed 24 in favor. The league needed 24 votes that were in favor of banning it to actually ban it. That is the number of votes you need to move forward with something, a motion, things like that. So they were just 2 votes away from actually it getting banned. So, like, literally 2 other teams could have just been like, yeah, it's kind of unstoppable. Let's just throw my, ban vote in there, and we wouldn't have an endorsement deal with Dude Wipes. Tush Push would be no longer. So, yeah. Which, I mean, I understand why they're mad. It literally is a recipe for success on 4th down. Even 3rd down if you want to run it on 3rd down. But, like, you don't need to. You run it on 4th down, 4th and 1, 4th and inches. You got a 1st down. The Eagles have converted on a 1st down or scored a touchdown on roughly 87% of their Tush Pushes since 2022. In that span of since 2022, they've made 2 Super Bowls, won one of them. So, yeah, I mean, shout out to Tush Push. Shout out to Tush Push. Like, Dude Wipes. The first official play that got a sponsorship, an endorsement deal. Invest in Tush Push. I think they should trademark it if they haven't yet. That would be fun. Now, we're going to move on. Last thing of business we got to get down to today. We're going to go with something a little serious. A little bit serious. Team to beat. Are the Philadelphia Eagles the team to beat this year? Now, last episode, if you didn't check that out, please do so. Actually, you know what? If you didn't check that out, go pause it. Pause this video and go check out last video and then come back to this segment. It'll make a whole lot more sense. But last episode, I did a segment on the Packers being a big threat to the Eagles. I talked about the Micah Parsons deal, things like that. So, are the Eagles the team to beat this year? The answer is yes. The Eagles are absolutely the team to beat. Why do I bring this up? Lions defensive tackle DJ Reader, he had some things to say on Tuesday. He said, quote, "They got the title, so I think everybody's got to go out there and get after them." I think that sums it up right there. The Eagles are going to be getting everybody's best this season. My season prediction for them is 13-4. I can also see 12-5 or 11-6. Those both are possible. If that does happen, don't panic. Especially 12-5. Like, both of those are really good records in the NFL. Just please don't go overboard with that. I mean, like 10-7, it's a reach. I don't think that will happen. I think the only case that does happen is if this football team just really starts playing like really bad football in December and January. Other than that, like 10-7 is a far reach. 11-6, 12-5. I'm not going to be surprised at 13-4 is my prediction. I think that is where the Eagles finish on the year. They have tough opponents. I've read that 4-week stretch that they have after the season opener this Thursday. I mean, you got to go play Green Bay in Week 9, followed by Detroit Week 10. You have the Chicago Bears, who could possibly be a very decent, if not very good, football team this year. You have the Los Angeles Chargers right after that. And then the 3-game stretch that you end the year on in Washington. And then you go to Buffalo to play the Bills. And then you end the year in Lincoln Financial in Philadelphia against Washington again. When you have a tough schedule like that, there's going to be games that you drop, okay? And that's just how it is. Like I said, that's why I don't think 12-5 or 11-6 is going to be, like, I wouldn't be surprised by that. Now, again, I'm not, like, they're the team to beat, okay? They won the Super Bowl. Everyone's going to be playing their best against the Philadelphia Eagles. I wouldn't even say reloaded. They literally returned players that were very key pieces. They didn't lose much. I'm not going to say it's going to be just like 2018, the year after the 2017 championship, when they went 9-7 overall and lost in the divisional round. I'm not going to say that at all. I think this is a way better football team. I think this team returned way more people than that 2018 team did. I think they are in a way better position than that 2018 team was. But best believe everybody will be playing the Eagles tough this year. Now, that is all we have for today. As always, stay up to tune with Eagles Latest by Fan Arch. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for next episode.